Mitecoin movement. Join us and see. It's all about M 2015. We're not here to hoard or to keep it tight. Our community's generous, and that's dynamite. In a world of crypto, where greed can reign, my coin's different, it's not the same. Every transaction, we're chasing a dream. My coin's the future, it's not just a meme.
Hey, hello everybody. Again, thank you for joining me on another Saturday night Mitecoin Match'em stream. As always, we're going to take care of the technical crypto side of things and cover the legal stuff, and then we're going to jump right back in to check our Solana price. So make sure you check in and say hello. But as always, we're going to look at Solana price. We're going to talk about the Mitecoin price. We're going to talk about crypto, all things financial sounding. But this is not financial advice at all. I am not a financial expert, and you absolutely do not want to get your financial advice from me. So with that said, since that's out of the way, I want to pull up, as always, started the Mitecast as we decided. We're going to jump right in to the CoinGecko, and so I will jump over and I will refresh it. And once it refreshes, we'll jump over here. And once my computer, don't do this to me now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And this is click there. So 255.20. And oh, we have a absolute dogfight. So we've got a winner. We've got a big winner. And some of you may not know this, but Willie is absolutely a price tracker. He's been messaging me all day. And actually, what you're looking at the screen there is it's good. I just wanted to talk about this. We ended up with two community members that mistakenly picked the same price. And I absolutely fell over when I was getting ready for the stream tonight. I was making some notes. And I guess I'll just say, first of all, if that happens, then obviously it's the person that posts that price first will get credit for it. So Chicken Girl, I never dreamed it might actually come down to this, but I just want to make sure that's clear that obviously it goes to the first person. But Sweet Pea and Chicken Girl, just for some numbers, when I was getting ready this evening at 6:17, they were 8 cents away. At 6:50, they were 7 cents away. At quarter after 7, they were 6 cents away. They were so close all evening. And actually, Willie, who ended up winning it, was within 10 cents earlier. And honestly, I wouldn't change it now anyway. But literally, by the way it's moving now, and that's the fun of the Solana Showdown. I'm not convinced. I probably by the time we get done visiting, the girl with Sweet Pea and Chicken Girl would have tied, and then of course Sweet Pea would have won it. So anyway, doesn't matter what happens then and what happens when we checked it. And Willie takes home the $120 Solana Showdown build-up. That means that next week we'll roll it back, $20 and play again. Obviously for that one you got to be listening. So luckily he jumped in, and so congratulations to him. And with that said, let me slide it back over to the intro page, and I will say, I believe my wife, my bride, already dropped in there and flexed a little bit. Some of you that joined me, if you joined me last Saturday night, I was flying solo. I'm gonna talk about that stream as well. But the reason I was solo was because my wife was down in Tennessee with our daughter, and just wonderful blessing. That she got to be down there and help, and I got to see a new little virtual baby over the internet, and my wife got to snuggle her. So they're going to be coming up to visit me, so I get to have hands on, and so I'm excited about that. But anyway, so yeah, so she's back, and that was an exciting trip. Before I'll talk about that as well. I hate to say it, I've got some notes, and so you're probably going to hear me blabber a little bit. And so I guess I kind of apologize. I don't. So anyway, first of all, you'll notice that we did not go to a Match'em, an M2015 report. Some of you may, if you were watching last week, we did have a winner, but sometimes, as it happens, like I myself had a bananas week. Watching the kids, and I had help with my daughter in town, but it's without your your partner, it's a little bit trickier. So I understand having total crazy weeks. So yeah, the winner from Match'em number 29 didn't get content submitted, and so that just goes into the no content, and ultimately what that does will just push the farther we do this. If some of you may be new, I guess it's worth repeating. I've committed to all of you and to anybody else that joins us to be doing this crazy thing once a week, 300,000 right now, 300,000 Mitecoin out to the person that gets their card selected and gets content. And obviously, if we have a rollover, doesn't necessarily count if nobody wins, because then I do add it to the next kitty. In this case, I'll just push this to this week. But guys, it happens. I totally get it. And I just want you guys to realize, I know it seems like a silly note to talk about. But if you happen to have the winning card, I've set, a deadline of before Wednesday. So like Tuesday at midnight. And I know that might seem like silly to have a drop dead deadline. And to be honest, that's more just so that I can make sure I have clear optics. It's hard enough in the crypto space to come across like you're not a scammer. And I do not want it to look like, especially when we're small and we're growing, I don't want it to look like that sometimes it matters and sometimes it doesn't. So that's kind of the rule that I have set. And I had one thought about that I think I talked to my daughter this week about it. And what I will say is, that is definitely my rule right now. Will there ever be a circumstance that I reach out to all of you and say, hey, that one time back in January where you said it was the deadline? I do not want to be that rigid, because I say this a lot in my own study when I study the Bible and the kind of the changes that I've had in my own life. I don't know what I don't know right now, right? So I can't predict every scenario where somebody would say, hey, but I guess I just want you to realize that, and whatever you do, it's okay to have a stance like right now, but just recognize that there might be something out there that you don't know. And if when you have that information, then hopefully we can all evaluate, is this still the good deadline, or is this still a good rule to go by? So anyway, I know that's kind of a off the deep end scenario or discussion there, but I just wanted to share that. I really like that idea, that mindset. I don't know what I don't know in any category of things. And so I guess, make sure you're humble and you're open to learning new things and things like that. So now I'm going to go on to the next one. And some of you, this may come as a surprise if you weren't tuned in last week. And if you were tuned in, and this is kind of my own thought, I guess I was surprised that I didn't, I guess, address it even more. But for those of you that weren't listening last week, I already said that I was, my partner in crime wasn't here with me. So I always get a little paranoid when I do these streams. And I absolutely thought my microphone was messed up. The countdown was coming to the stream. I'm hearing the microphone out of my speakers, and I am like, this never happens. And so I call my wife, and I'm like, hey, why don't you just, I'm gonna start the stream early. I'm gonna get on and talk and see if you can hear me. And then as I was doing that, I realized that the reason I was freaking out is because I could hear my voice out of my right ear, and I thought it was coming out of the speakers. And for those of you that don't know me, it's not a big deal, but I haven't been able to hear out of my right ear in 20 years. And so obviously I was a little shocked, and I didn't really believe it. And so when the stream came on, I kind of just shared it the way I just shared it then. Afterwards, you know, because fast forward to the very next morning, I wake up, I got a wrestling tournament to go to, and I can tell I'm like, jump in the shower, get out of the shower, and you can tell, and I'm like, oh boy. And since then, right, it's the hearing's back to where it's Charlie Brown or nothing. Um, and and so I've been thinking about that after the fact. And I just want to share a couple thoughts with you. When Andrew and I were not first married, but we had technically all four of our oldest kids. It was winter, and we were actually down home where we used to live. And a little sedan we had, all three kids in the back, and she was pregnant with our youngest daughter. And we hit some ice, and we flipped our car upside down and slid upside down through the snow, right? And fortunately, God was watching over us. Absolutely okay. Some scares because one of the kids stayed asleep. But the reason I tell you that story is that was my first experience of it was probably 3 or 4 days later when the memory of us sliding upside down and seeing the snow come in through the windshield. That was my first experience. I've heard of people saying that oh, you'll remember more later, or once the shock wears off. That was my first experience doing it, really. And I really, with this, I kind of had that same feeling of thinking back of did I really was able to hear out of that ear? And it really, I guess I didn't know I didn't expect it to happen, so I didn't really know how to react, really. So it was kind of crazy. But since then, I just had this thought. I want to share it with you. That feeling I had that night, looking back on it, I wonder if, I hope I can bottle that up, because I really feel like that's going to be the feeling that when we leave this body of, all the things that get us down, and the ill and the sickness, and the things that don't work right. And if we're walking and the Most High knows us and we're in a relationship with Him, this body, that my bad hearing is just temporary. And I'm telling you, once I thought about it like that, it just it gave me goosebumps, because I got to experience it was just for that night, even, right? When I woke up the next morning, it was gone. But for that stream, it was crazy. And I wish I would have embraced it more now looking back, but I think I was kind of in shock. But anyway, I want to put that out as an encouragement to you, that if you got something going on, that just, it's broken, right? Just not functioning as God designed it. There will be a time, if you're in a relationship with Him, that you'll be free of that. So I just want to encourage you in that regard. And then one last thing in this category, in my notes here, I have, I've prayed for my hearing and things like that, and over the years, I don't know that if I'm honest with you, I don't do much of praying for my ear anymore, because it's been so many years that I've just not heard, right? So physically, if something's physically wrong with us, we absolutely say, would you pray for healing, or for me to feel better? And for whatever reason, I just want to share. Again, I should read off my notes here that, if I have something wrong with my physical body, hey, would you pray for me? And I'm wondering, in the relationships that we're in with anybody really, family member, loved ones, coworkers, whatever it is, I wonder if we consider healing prayers over that, right? So I know that our bodies sometimes don't work the way they're supposed to, but if we have relationships that aren't working the way they're supposed to by God's design, maybe, I guess, just, it's something that we can be praying for as well. And I want to encourage you to do that, and I'll say a special prayer over that before we leave tonight. But anyway, I wanted to throw that out. Those are my thoughts on my crazy hearing last night or last week. I definitely didn't expect that type of reaction, because I didn't expect it, and I was blessed as I thought about it later. So anyway, and that moves me into my somewhat, I guess, third note. I'm not going to say it's last. Obviously, I already shared with you that I'm committed to this to July of this year, and I also shared with you, obviously, that my wife was down there helping, and that kind of combines into this next note that I have. You don't know, guys, more than one time, and maybe I've shared this before. I've looked at my wife and said, I am such a doofus, right? The internet's forever. and I am seriously trying to do a stream of a meme coin ish, um, and and this could easily crash and burn, and I could embarrass myself, right? And I'm normally okay with that, but it's forever. And so I guess it's been quite the week, welcoming a new grandbaby into our family, and I just want to share with you that if anything, I'm probably going to always be using this. If this Mitecoin thing dies a slow death, I'm absolutely going to use it to make, even if it turns into a Bible study or my thoughts to my grandkids and my kids. So one way or another, I'll be around. You may all be gone, and I totally understand that. But I made some notes for myself in this regard. As far as my parents, some of the best treasures I have is obviously home video. I want to encourage you all to do that if you haven't, to start it. But even more than that, I have a recording of my dad just talking into a recorder. I think it was a tape recorder actually, and that is something that is really awesome. And so if I, through this crazy Mitecoin madness thing, if when I'm long gone, right, internet's forever, baby. If my grandkids or even my kids can, if this transitions into something where I share my thoughts with them, then it's a win-win as well. And I hope you guys are blessed, and I hope it grows like crazy. I'm pie in the sky. My heart says, man, if we can get like-minded people to catch it, we could just bless and outreach and get crazy things going. But anyway, I'll be here. And with that regard, again, as you may know, if you're an old toot like me and you have younger kids that are having kids now, times are definitely different, and you're not really allowed to share baby deets with anybody until you get the upper level platinum clearance. Okay, so I can't give actual deets over this, but what I can say is that if you would reach out to me in Telegram, I may or may not have information on an opportunity to plug into a meal train online. And again, this is one of the benefits of the internet. Back when Andrew and I were having our kids back home, or the church we attended, they would, the families would bring meals to us. And a blessing of the internet is, excuse me, people that are in our circle and our friends, I would love to share that opportunity with our daughter down in Tennessee. And if that's something you feel led to do, I don't really know exactly how it works. I just know that they have a meal train app, and there's something loaded up there. So I won't give it out on this, but if that's something that you're interested in, contact me in Telegram, and I will shoot you the info, and we would appreciate it, of course, but no pressure at all. And then the last thing, I mentioned it the last time we got together, and I didn't really have any ideas, but as I'm making my notes tonight, it kind of popped into my head, and that's just the way I've been doing Mitecoin as it goes. You're going to see another room open in our hub, and I know that it's not going to blow up, I don't think, as far as blow your phones up, but I'm going to dedicate it to all in one spot, all in one room, all of the content, whether it be a video that either they've made or I've made and edited, or even just a post. And I'm going to then, I don't know which one will come first, but the content that was used, and then also the blessing amount that they received. And I just want that in one-stop shop. Again, in my mind, I continually reach out to people on X, and I thought about it. I'm like, why isn't anybody responding? And to be honest, when I see those types of things about other projects, I think the same thing. I'm like, scam city. So, I'm going to keep reaching out, and maybe we can, maybe that will reach the person it needs to reach. But ultimately, it's going to be the people that are kind of living it out, seeing the benefit, hanging out together. And I'm definitely transitioning. I'm not even calling it a community. I want us to be a fellowship, and kind of grow and kind of show what we can do together. Anyway, so that's it. I'm done talking. Now let's cover some numbers. And Solana is crazy. It was 254 last time we got together, and that was bananas. And now it's basically 254, 255. And for those of you that, and it's obviously been higher, it's been a little lower, but in the world of crypto, the saying that we like to see is higher highs and higher lows, right? And that's kind of what Solana is doing right now. I think Bitcoin's 6 figures, 104, 105,000. That's a good sign when things are moving at higher lows and higher highs. So our market cap is up to almost 132,000. Our price, Mitecoin to US dollars up. We've got more people in our hub. And so, hey, it's we're going in the right direction. And we've got a big winner tonight in our Solana Showdown. So we're going to get back and hopefully get another winner tonight for our match 'em. And so that means it's time for me to stop yapping and let's start our round one vote. Round one vote. And I forgot one thing about my hearing. And when you guys start voting, I'll use that time to share my last thought on that. It's kind of important. So last week, my hearing was, I could hear out of my right ear. And I just told my wife as I'm trying to clear both ears, as good as last week was, like both ears are clogged now. And I have a little note in my notes that for all of you that follow the Most High, I hope that that's not, don't have it be whether you have good hearing or bad hearing, right? If things are going good or things are going bad, show your loyalty and your allegiance through everything, right? And then he'll come alongside you and he'll make things okay. So, it's kind of crazy. Last week it was awesome, and this week it's Plug City. So I just wanted to share that with you as an encouragement as well. So, all right, let's find out what our poll is. I'm not even going to talk about it because now I found out last time that you guys can see it and I can't. That's awkward. So it looks like number one is the winner with 15 out of 15 votes. They got 66%. So we're going to find out if it's red or black. As always, man, everybody likes the red cards. I'm not sure what the love is. So tonight's winning card is, I hate to say youch, but red's over there. So, hey, for you guys that are always on that bandwagon of the red, I guess at some point it has to even out. It's completely random, of course. Mix it all up, throw it under, put it under there before I put the vote up. And so we have it black, and then we are going to, before I do that, I want to make sure I switch it so that you all can see. And now I'll start the poll, and you can see who's in the running. Round two vote, 1 and 2. So yeah, and a couple other things. There's definitely some traditional meme coins that I follow, and some people I know follow them as well. And I just again, I sure hope that you're not in Mitecoin thinking it's a meme coin feel at all, because it's just different. And so if you're looking for that type of return and that type of action, you probably won't get it with Mitecoin, right? And so I want to be upfront with that as well. So anyway, let's find out. Round two vote. Yeah, you know what? Normally it's clubs for some reason. Club is just yuck. So, all right, let's find out. We had 15 in last time. And, number two flipped a script and we got 16 votes. I'm glad to see that. Number two is the winner tonight for round two, and it is going to be a club or a spade. Wow, if it is spades, wowzers. The winning card tonight is, oh man, this might be, wow. Clubs is over there, everybody. Clubs is over there. So spades survives that round. This might very well be a pretty quick match 'em night. Pretty quick match 'em night. We'll slide those under there. And I'm going to pick those. And I'm going to find the spade board. And hold on, bear with me. I got one showing up that's not supposed to be there. And that should be the spades, round three. Sorry for that, and that's okay. I'm not too nervous about that type of stuff because as I've watched some more streams, I guess unless you're a professional streamer and you have a professional staff, you're gonna have to hear me fumbling a little bit. So I will put you in contact with my assistant to deal with your complaints, and she's can be mean. So uh, round 3 vote is live. Ship it and cast your vote. I'm gonna go down. I guess I can't pick that yet. Yeah, cast your vote and let me see what you have. Get your spades in, or high or low spade. Actually, to be honest with you, this is crazy. We got 2 versus 2 and a lot of Karens going on here. Apparently, Karen didn't like that smack talk from a couple wins ago. So round 3, we're gonna find out if it's high or low. Cast your vote, end your poll, and it looks like number 2 is the winner with 57%. We've lost a couple people. Looks like if they lose, they get angry. I'm sorry you lost, but if you go away, don't go away mad, I guess. Anyway, winning card tonight is, it's going to be high or low? It is low. Because, let me write that down, because the high card is over there. So that means that we have one more round before the finals, because now we have to find out whether it's odd or even. So first, I'm going to slide them under. That way there's locked and loaded. And then I will find the low spade. Oh my. Oh my. Wow. I guess you guys can all see what is in play here. Because there's going to be, it's basically the house versus the Karens-ish, or, the community. It's a dogfight here, 2 versus 4. Round 4 vote. We obviously, I guess it depends on if you want a nice juicy pot for next week. If you want an opportunity to bless Dan, Rich, or Stormy, then you're looking for an odd. If you want a big juicy, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I totally forgot about that pick. Yeah, Soup Man decided to tease me a little bit, and I'm already having a hectic week, and he's dropping an extra pick, and I'm just blindly adding him, and he rubs my face in it. But yeah, wouldn't that be a burn on you? Joke's on you, Soup Man. So anyway, cast your vote. Find out if we're going to have a rollover. Open up the picks for a $3 buy or not. Find out. Totally forgot about that, Soup Man. Number 1, we're switching it back to number 1 with 57%. So I guess this could be our close to the end of our time together, everybody, because if this is even, obviously rollover's not getting anything. If this is odd, we move on to the finals. The winning card tonight is even. Because odd was over there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So guess what, everybody? That means that we have a rollover. So as you know, if you're listening to this stream, you guys get first dib on a card, a rollover spot. If you want it, you don't need to do it. It's $3 of new Mitecoin sent to the wallet that's on top of the board. And you know what? Before we pray us out, I do want to say one thing. I had somebody reach out to me asking about, yeah, sort of congrats, about some transactions that you're seeing in your Phantom wallet. And they look very similar to a wallet that you may have sent to. And I just want to make you aware that there are bots out there. Once your wallet is known, nobody can take coins from you, right? All they can do is give you coins. And that's why it's no big deal to give your wallet out. But there are scammers in the crypto space. And what they've done is they will get I'm assuming it's all done by bots. They capture an address, okay? They see that you sent it to an address, and then they send you a very small amount of Solana back and it always starts with the same letters, with the same code. It looks like it's the exact same wallet. Now, for me, and I would suggest this to you, if you have other wallets that that you send to, like for instance, some of us play poker together. We have a poker buy-in wallet that is absolutely saved in my address book. The Match'em wallets are saved in my address book, so I never click on like the last transaction. But I just want you to be aware that you might see those small Solana amounts show up in your Phantom wallet. Those are absolutely dog scammers trying to get you to think, oh, yeah, I sent that to my wife or my friend or whatever transaction you sent it to, a different wallet. And you just click that and you send something and it's gone, right? So just want to put that warning to you, and just be mindful of that. So anyway, so I'd like to pray us out. I'm going to pray a special blessing of healing over our relationships in our community and our fellowship together, and your guys' family, and of course for our physical bodies. I'm going to just again thank the Lord for a wonderful blessing that we were blessed with. And that's good news for you guys, because that's one more grandkid that go into my weekly Mitecoin buys. Like I said, when I'm long gone and you may be all long gone, I guess the grandkids will be fighting over the Mitecoin that crazy grandpa gave them. So yeah, and I guess I'll pray this out. I forgot to read one of my comments on my paper, with when I shared with you about what my long-term plan was, with this channel and things. So ultimately, I'm thinking that my long down the road, my grandkids may be sitting around a family reunion, and there's basically two options at this point. Either, man, grandpa was way ahead of his time. Hardly anybody was in crypto back then, and he did his own coin. Or they're going to be sitting around a family reunion and say, our grandpa was crazy. What in the world was he doing? Never share that with anybody, and don't tell them that our grandpa did that. So it's basically, at this point, it's hero or zero. And so if you guys want to help me be a hero, then don't bail on me and kind of, invite your friends and family, and we can bless each other together. If you want me to be the crazy grandpa, then empty your wallets and, put me out of misery now, and I'll just transition to that. So, all right, just teasing. I'm going to pray us out, and then I'll let you all get back to your Saturday night. Father God, I just come to you right now, and I just thank you again for this time that we get to spend together. And even though it is virtual, I just pray that we would build friendships online and build fellowship in our Telegram group. And I just pray, Lord God, that would become active in our lives with each other. I know that we absolutely are all busy, Lord, and I just pray that you would use this technology to form relationships and connections with people that we would maybe in any other circumstance never connect with. And I just pray your blessing upon the new arrival in our family, Lord. Let that young family just transition well to this new routine and the challenges and the joys that come with another little. And I pray that your patience and your protection would be upon all of them. And also, Lord God, I extend that to everyone in our community, everyone that's listening and everyone that isn't. I just pray for a healing upon relationships that are broken and that are strained. I just pray that you might just work the same way you touched my hearing last weekend. I just pray that you might give anyone that needs it just a reminder of what it feels like when things are working as you designed it. And I just pray that we would seek that out. If we don't know what that is, I pray that you would raise that, put that curiosity in our hearts, and that we would ask somebody. And if somebody doesn't know what that looks like, I just pray, Lord God, that you might lead them to me or anybody else in the community that knows you, and that we would be a good witness to you, and just reach out to the crypto space and represent you well. Just thank you again for everyone that is dedicated and has made this an important part of their Saturday night. I appreciate that, Lord. I just pray that you would use it in their lives and use it to grow this project. Just thank you again for everything you do and everything you've done. And then I just pray that you might bring us back next Saturday for another time to spend together. In the name of Jesus, I pray. Amen. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I will catch you next Saturday, and I will be posting the deets on the rollover number 1, the way we roll. See ya. Bye.